He used her for money rituals. F was born in Warri, Delta State, a bright and ambitious girl from a humble family. Her father, a retired civil servant, and her mother, a petty trader, barely made enough to send her to university. But she was determined. She worked part-time jobs, sold second-hand clothes on campus, and finally earned a degree in business administration from the University of Benin. After graduation, life was tough. Job offers were scarce. One hot afternoon, while she waited in the scorching sun for an interview that never happened, her phone buzzed with a message from her best friend, Jennifer. "Babes. You remember that guy I told you about? My boyfriend's friend. He wants to meet you. Rich, fine, and single, don't dull." F hesitated. She wasn't the type to chase money. But frustration had a way of opening strange doors. That night, at a fancy lounge in Lekki, she met Kelvin. Tall, handsome, and radiating wealth, Kelvin looked like a man carved out of success. He said he was a businessman importing electronics and investing in crypto. He drove a 2023 Lexus and wore a gold wristwatch that could pay off F's student loan 3 times over. Kelvin was charming. He called her my queen, sent breakfast to her doorstep, and paid for her mother's surgery when she fell ill. Within 2 months, F moved into his serviced apartment in Victoria Island. She told herself it was love. But Jennifer, the same friend who introduced them, began to withdraw. She warned F once in a hushed voice, "Just be careful, babe. These Lagos boys with fast money, no be all of them clean." F laughed it off. She believed in Kelvin. Until she began to notice strange things. It started with the locked room. Kelvin warned her never to enter the small room near the guest toilet. "It's just my private prayer room," he had said casually. One night, when Kelvin was away in Abuja for business, F heard whispers and soft chanting from the room, though she was home alone. She froze. Her body trembled. But when she opened the door the next morning, the room was spotless and empty, as if nothing had ever happened. Then came the nightmares. She dreamt of being buried alive. Of fire, blood, and an old man in red cloth, chanting in an unknown tongue while she cried and begged for mercy. In one dream, her wrists were tied with red threads, and Kelvin stood over her with a bowl of dark water. F started losing weight. She became paranoid. Her once radiant skin dulled, and her eyes sank. Her mother urged her to come home, but F said nothing. She couldn't explain it. Something had changed in her spirit, but she didn't know what. Then, the final straw came. One evening, F stumbled upon Kelvin's second phone in the car. Curiosity got the better of her. What she saw chilled her to the bone. There were messages from someone saved as Baba Alagbo. The girl must not be touched until the 90th day. Let her blood remain pure. No intimacy until then. Once she bleeds in the water, the money will flow endlessly. Just like the last one. Attached were pictures of F, some taken while she was asleep. Her hands shook. Her throat went dry. Her entire body went cold. She ran. That night, with nothing but her handbag, she fled the house. She didn't go to her family. She went to Jennifer. That was when Jennifer broke down and confessed. "I was the one he wanted at first, but I refused," she sobbed. "He promised to make me rich too if I gave him a girl who wouldn't suspect. I thought he wouldn't really do it. I didn't know he'd go this far." F screamed. With Jennifer's help, F went into hiding. She reported the case to a pastor in Port Harcourt who had helped others escape occult bondage. After 3 days of dry fasting and prayers, F collapsed and bled from her nose. But the nightmares stopped. She later learned she had unknowingly undergone several spiritual initiations. The gifts Kelvin gave her. Bracelets, a necklace, even the bath soaps, were all enchanted to tie her spirit to the ritual process. Police got involved, but Kelvin had already disappeared. Months passed. F slowly recovered. She found solace in helping other girls. She started a small NGO, the Safe Queen Initiative, to educate young women on spiritual manipulation, ritual abuse, and deceptive relationships. Years later, she became a voice in Nigeria's women empowerment movement. Her TEDx talk, How I Survived a Ritual Relationship, went viral. One rainy night, a breaking news report aired on TV. A man was caught in Ogun State, trying to sacrifice a young girl in the forest. His face was bloody, his clothes torn, and beside him was an abandoned black Lexus. The man's name? Kelvin Eegu. But he wasn't smiling anymore. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.